Hello everyone and welcome to Niti Manthan's Center for Environmental Law Research and Actions project. I am Kratima Divakar and this video is to provide you an overview of the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974 and Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981. So let's start with the salient features of the Water Act. So this act came into force in 1974 and and was applicable to only some listed states. It wasn't applicable to the whole of India. Also, this is the first legislation or the first national law for pollution control in India. This act, how does this act work? Is that it establishes an institutional structure for preventing and minimizing the water pollution. It basically provides standards for water quality and the effluents as well. Now, what is effluent? You might be thinking. Effluents is the sewage and the wastewater that is discharged in the water bodies. So, the Act also provides a provision that the polluting industries must seek permission before discharging the waste of into the effluent bodies. So the CPCB, that is the Central Pollution Control Board, which we about which we'll deal late in the later part of this video. Uh, it was constituted under this act. The aim of the act is to check the water pollution of major rivers of the country, and also their subsidiaries, which are getting polluted because of the sewage system, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, etc., and other harmful pollutants which are being discharged into the water bodies. Um, Now, moving on to the salient features of Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981. This act was came into force in 1981 and it provides for the control and abatement of air pollution. This act extends to the whole of the India, including the state of Jammu and Kashmir, unlike the Water Act, which was applicable prima facie applicable to only the certain listed states. Now how this act challenges the air pollution. It basically entrusts its power of enforcing the provisions of the act to the Central Pollution Control Board, which was established under the Water Act. Uh, Also, the Air Act defines the air pollutant as any solid, liquid, or gaseous substance that may be harming or injuring the environment, humans, or other living creatures, plants, or even properties. And according to this act, the an amendment was made in this act in 1987, according to which the noise was also included in the list of substances that were deemed to be harmful to the environment, and hence this act also provides for the regulation of noise pollution. So now moving on to the distribution of pollution control boards. We have one central pollution control board and other state pollution control boards established in the various states. So now, what are the functions of central pollution control board or CPCB? The board uh, was established to coordinate the activities of the state pollution control board and provide some technical know-how and guidance to different state boards. Now the functions are that the first function is to advise the central and state governments on the various matters pertaining to improvement of control of air and water pollution. It The board plans various programs to in order which are specifically programmed to control and prevent the air and water pollution. The planning of various organizing training programs for people who are involved in activities for the prevention of and improvement of air and water pollution. Uh, the board collects and compiles and publishes the statistical and technical reports that are related to air and water pollution. These reports are hence used to develop preventive measures to control and reduce pollution. The board only prepares the manuals and codes and guidelines relating to treatment and disposal of sewage and trade effluents, as well as for stack gas cleaning devices, stack and ducts, etc. Now moving on to the functions of state pollution control board. The main function is to plan and execute a comprehensive program for prevention, control, and abatement of water and air pollution. Now, the board only advises the state government on various matters pertaining to prevention, control, and abatement of water and air pollution. The board collects and disseminate all the information that is related to water and air pollution and prevention and control of pollution. So, and it is the duty of the board to inspect the sewage and trade effluent treatment plans for their effectiveness, and also plans the review plans and specifications, etc., for the corrective measures. Now, it is the duty of the board to inspect industrial plants or manufacturing processes, any control equipment, and to give directions to take steps for the prevention, control, or abatement of air pollution. Now, the board issues environmental notices, objections, and certificates to start any industry. The industry has to first take permission and certificate from the State Pollution Control Board to start its working. Now, it is the duty of the board to inspect air pollution, control the areas for the purpose of assessment of quality of air therein, and to take steps for the prevention, control, or abatement of air pollution in such areas. Further, the board regulates and controls the noise producing and generating sources as well. Now, moving on to the penalties. Uh, I have divided the penalties into three basic heads. The first one is non compliance with the closure direction. The Air and Water Act provides that whoever fails to comply with the closure direction or stoppage of electricity in water direction, the person is liable to imprisonment for a term of at least 1.5 years and up to 6 years and a fine. If the breach continues, an additional fine of up to rupees 5,000 for every day of non-compliance can be imposed. Now, for further other offences, the Water and Air Act set out various other offences such as failure to provide information to the Pollution Control Board, failure to notify an accident, knowingly or willfully making a false statement, or willfully tampering with the monitoring equipment, or these all such other offences are punishable with imprisonment of a term up to 3 months or a fine up to rupees 10,000 or both. Now, there is some residuary penalties as well. A person who breaches the Act or the Air Act or fails to comply with any order or direction with no specific penalty is punishable with imprisonment up to 3 months or a fine up to INR 10,000 or both. If the failure continues, an additional fine can be imposed up to INR 5,000 per day. So this was a brief overview of the Air Act and Water Act and the and the pollution control boards, and what are the penalties for the various offences under the acts. I hope it was informative. Thank you for watching the video.